A few weeks ago, Mike and I went hiking in North Georgia. We spent 4 nights in a cabin and had several days of wonderful hiking along the Appalachian Trail. We've been hiking, doing day hikes for about 20 years, and we now know what to bring with us on a hike.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
So, what kind of equipment do we pack? Do we bring with us? Having the right equipment is really important, and it has taken us some time to know what we need. First of all, let's start with backpacks. Now, we only hike during the day. We hike a section at a time, and we go back home at night and sleep at home or sleep in a cabin. So we're not taking a tent, we're not taking sleeping bags, and other than a snack to eat, we don't plan any food. So that makes it easier. Mike takes a decent size, not huge, but a good size pack, and he carries most of our items. I wear a smaller pack that's mainly for water, and it has a couple side pockets as well where I can put in glasses or tissues or like my wallet, that kind of thing. So what does Mike carry in his pack? The very first thing is toilet paper. Yes, sometimes the urge hits and you need to go. And so we have always carried a roll of toilet paper with us just to have enough. Next in importance are the rain jackets, because you can never tell when it's going to rain. So we have one for each of us rolled up, and we can stop and put them on and not get too soaked. So rain jackets are important. Something else we have learned is a first aid kit. We have bandages, we have gauze, we have ointment, disinfectant ointment. We even keep matches in the first aid kit, keep them dry in case you ever need to start a fire. But a first aid kit is really important. A few weeks ago, I slipped on a rock and gashed my arm, and it was bleeding. We needed a first aid kit. You never know. Oh, when we hike, we work really hard and we sweat. So we have bandanas, and these absorb the sweat. Mike also has a hat, a cap that he wears. I usually don't wear a cap, just some sunglasses. But the bandanas absorb the sweat and keeps it from dripping down the face, so they're important. Oh, here's some almonds. So that's an example of a snack. They don't spoil. And then a whistle. Now, why do we need a whistle? Well, one time we heard this noise and we thought it might be a deer or some other small animal, and it turned out to be a bear. Yes, we knew that there were bears around, but we had never met up with a bear on the trail. I was scared out of my skin, and we didn't know what to do, so we froze. We stayed still and prayed, and eventually the bear lumbered off. Well, when we got back to the car and started looking online, what do you do when you encounter a bear? The advice was make a lot of sound, blow a whistle. So now we have a whistle. So, for example, we saw a bear nearby us a couple weeks ago on our getaway trip. And so we just started singing out loud and yelling out loud and talking, and the bear eventually moved off. So noise, be big, bold, and noisy. So that's why we have a whistle. Plus, if we got lost, a whistle would help. The next three items are pretty useful too. Toe warmers. Toe warmers are just what they sound. If you hike in the winter, you can open them up and put them in your boots, and they'll keep your toes from freezing up for about 4 hours. So we've got toe warmers, and then a compass and a knife. Well, you never know when you're going to need a knife. That's important. The compass, we use that together with the map. Now, the map will have most of the trails where you are, where you're going on it, with a color of a blaze. So a blaze is something that's painted on a tree or a rock to let you know you're on the right trail. So with a compass and the map, you can always figure out where you are. Those are really important for navigation. So toe warmers, compass, map. What else do we have? Let me check. Here are our poles. They're called hiking poles, climbing poles, trekking poles. They're very useful, especially when you're climbing up rocks or climbing down rocks. You can put a pole somewhere and stabilize yourself. It really helps. I feel much more secure with a pair of poles. So we take trekking, hiking poles, and then the next important thing are our boots. You want sturdy, heavy hiking boots that are comfortable. We have learned to buy boots that are larger in size than normal shoes, so our toes don't get pinched. The hiking boots and the poles really, really help. The other thing is the type of clothing. I told you that the sweat rags absorb moisture, absorb sweat. We wear shirts and shorts or shirts and pants that also do the same thing, same kind of material. So that's important. Our boots, our hiking poles, the clothes, socks. We always take an extra pair of socks with us in the backpack for each of us in case we get our feet wet. Even if the boots are wet, you change the socks. Your feet need to stay dry, so that's important. Let me think. Have I forgotten anything else? Sunscreen. Sometimes I put sunscreen on. Depends on if it's very wooded where we're going to hike. And of course our iPhone, because I want to take pictures. And if we needed to contact somebody, if we were out of the woods in a high place, we might be able to get a signal. Oh, I'll tell you what. I didn't mention Mike's, it's kind of a watch. It's a GPS navigator watch. And he wears that. He gets a signal, and we can see where we have been, the elevation, the distance. It's very helpful. That helps us navigate with the map and with the compass. So that's the equipment that we take with us, and it's taken us a while to know what to take. We are happy doing just hikes during the day. We like our comforts. We like a warm shower, good food, something to drink, a comfortable bed, good shelter. So we're not super duper camping hikers, but we do enjoy getting out in the woods and in the mountains and just enjoying the beauty, enjoying feeling close to God. So, do you hike? Do you have mountains where you live? Are you interested in hiking? It's a great sport. Well, that's it for this episode of English Without Fear. I'm Maria. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here's my email